Hello and welcome to our Smurpy video, and today we are looking at Wave 12, which I got from Hasbro Pulse Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Black Ranger Season 2 Adam. And there is the packaging. So this wave is the last wave with the see-through plastic on the front, promo shot on the back, Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the side. That's it. It looks gorgeous, but let's get him out of his packaging. So, when I first saw this release, obviously I thought, nah, more Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, milking it. But obviously we had gotten the Aisha, specifically the Season 2 2-pack, Head, Her, and Scorpina. So then I thought, okay, well, it still sort of makes some sense getting Season 2 Adam, I guess. And then I thought to myself, do you know what? This is going to be like the ultimate Black Ranger. This has everything a Black Ranger should need, except for it doesn't have the power axe. So, but then, well, we're getting remasters, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So, therefore, this is no longer the Bee's Knees Black Ranger, because we're going to get a remastered version at some point, who knows when, but we know it's probably going to happen this year, because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is milked to the letter. So, literally milked. I don't get it. And don't get me wrong, I'm still very excited about this line because we've got lots of new characters that are being released. There is lots of good stuff still happening. I just felt like the remasters could have been avoided, or they could have just slowed down in the last year and not given us so much Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that we almost feel like it's being shoved down our throats. And then to celebrate the 30th anniversary, we would be like, whoa, those remasters look cool. And don't get me wrong, I've got mine coming. I'm getting to review them. I'm probably going to still be very happy, very excited. I just feel a little bit, how many Black Rangers do I need? And I'll sort of show you what I mean in a minute. So anyway, let's focus on this figure of Adam. Helmet looks very cool, very nice. If I remember correctly, I think I got the Black Ranger, the Red Ranger, and the Green Ranger first of all, if I remember correctly. And I was always very excited about the Black Ranger. I just love how the colors looked on him compared to the others. I don't know why. I just always did enjoy. Maybe it's the helmet, maybe it's the white lines. There is a sort of mastodon in there. It's not as... It doesn't stand out as well as I was hoping it was. And then you've got the nice white and the black on there. And all the way around there. Now, this is not a pinless body, just so I'm clear. This is pinless. And this is why I'm hoping the remasters will come in and be very, very good, etc. So, in terms of this figure, when I talk about it being the ultimate, it comes with, as all of them should have come with, Blade Blaster clothes. Perfect. Great start. He comes then with the Blade Blaster with the actual blade out as if he's fighting. And the colors do look nice. I mean, it could have had a little bit more. You could have had the yellow in there and a little blue, if I remember rightly, in there. But hey, it is what it is. And then you've got the Blade Blaster when it's in gun mode. Now, the next accessory, I looked at it and I just don't get it. I would have rather them give us, hey, the Mirror of Destruction. Was it Mirror of Destruction? The one where he almost lost his confidence and then he saw his protege and he was like, hey, do you know what? I do have confidence. And there was lots of, hey-ya, hoo-ya, he's got this. I have no idea what this is about. I would have to go back and watch Season 2 to understand what this is. But this is not a weapon that I instinctively recognize. Unless it was dropped in there in one of the episodes. Like, it certainly wasn't something that he was running around with on a regular basis, so to speak. I also feel that if this was a weapon that replaced the power axe, well, that feels like a bit of a downgrade, in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is. And, you know, you can put the little... Oh, can't even get that in there. Little blast effect in there, which complements it, etc. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't have a clue what that is from. And then we get the very, very nice Adam. Oh, yep, just as all my reviews, dropping heads. everywhere. That's what I do. That's always a good start. There we go. So we got a season 2 Adam head sculpt, and I do feel like that is a very, very nice likeliness of Johnny Young Bosch. I was very lucky to meet him. Well, actually, it was a very long time ago. What, 2014? Wow, feels like a lifetime ago, man. I'm starting to feel old all of a sudden. So yeah, so he has some really nice curtains, and this was eventually grows it in the thing. And I feel like CEO, he should have had a really decent mullet, but they didn't. They didn't do that at all, which I was a little bit disappointed. So, in terms of articulation, it can go all the way around. It can go down. It can go up. You can do a 360 there. It does have the butterfly there. He has a little movement on the top there, which is always hard for me to show. Spin on the bicep. He does have a double joint there on the thing. High five. He hasn't got high five hands. Then he can, it's like, there is always movement there, but I always feel like the cuffs always sort of get in the way. But if you get it at the right angle, you probably can do that. But just be careful you don't stretch it as well. You don't want to break it. The movement is on the upper torso. He does have the ab crunch, which I am not showcasing very well because it's quite stiff. I don't want to damage my figure. He can do the splits, because if you remember that move, no, that was Rocky. And then he has the thigh swivel, which is always good. Then he has a double. Oh, I went a bit too hard. There we go. That's a bit better. Gentle. Swivel there. A lefty, a righty, an upsy, and a downsy. One thing that I never showcase is, look at that on the bum. That is very cool. It's very cool. Also, I like the fact that they're no longer putting "this belongs to Hasbro" on the legs, because we know that you are collectors collecting this and not actual children anymore. There we go. Oh, there we go. So let me just zoom out a little bit. And we can put his little gun on. I have no idea what this is. But I saw this and I went, what the is that? And to be fair, I probably could have spent some time and figured out what on earth this thing is meant to be. But I never did. He does come with 2 closed fists, if you are interested. And if I carefully, I'm going to do this quickly off screen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh. I do not like the... So often or not, I do see some horror stories where the ball joint is being broken, and that does usually come from, I guess, too much pressure, etc. Some actually arrive like in the packaging, but I had a moment there where I thought, that doesn't sound good, and I honestly thought that I was perhaps going to be a victim of that moment, and then I wouldn't have been able to finish this review, which would have made me sad. But there is Adam's face on there whilst he holds that electric gun. So let's bring in some other Black Rangers to show you. So I'm going to sort of contradict myself, because this is sort of what I mean. So, but in reality, we've got Season 1 Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Zach. We've then got Season 2 Mighty Morphin Adam. We go back to that moment where Zach had the dragon shield for that one moment in Oyster Shell. I have also, I didn't have the dragon dagger when I did this. I think it's with Tommy back in my little toy box. Yes, I have toy boxes. So I put the Sword of Darkness in, and by that I reference a moment where Zach was actually offered the role to be Empress Rita Repulsa's Green Ranger, or maybe even it could have still been Black Ranger with Dragon Shield if he had chosen that moment to not listen to Jason, because he was slightly, I can't remember if he was jealous or what was going on there, but you know, it is what it is. But it gave more character to Zach Taylor. Then we have Season 3 Adam Ninja Ranger, Metallic Black Ranger, and Donatello is just thrown in there from a a comic thing just to show all my Black Rangers together. And from this perspective, this is pretty darn awesome. You know, I do like it. There are different moments within the history of the Mighty Morphin Black Ranger, and it does make a lot of sense, etc. So, you know, even though I'm complaining about having a second Mighty Morphin Power Ranger for season 2, if I'm completing shelves, maybe this is how I would do it, perhaps. Also, I guess I need to get my hands on the remastered Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to truly understand what how much better they are. And until I do that, I can't really gripe on the differences of these figures. But it's nice to have these all together. Regardless, I'm a completist when it comes to Power Rangers Lightning Collection, so gotta catch them all. No, that's Pokemon. Anyway, let's wrap up this review. And then just to wrap it up, here's just a showcase Adam as he is. Just I know that I could have shoved in Metallic and Ninja Adam here right now. However, I felt like Zeo Green was a nice representative of him growing up in terms of going from Mighty Morphin and being who he was in Zeo, and he really is a character well developed in terms of Adam could have ended up just being washed under the pavement, but no, he kept growing in terms of character development, especially in Zeo. I think is when I love the character Adam the most, and even when he grows in Turbo and sort of he almost starts sort of mentoring, etc., and you can see that there's a reason why he chooses Carlos, etc., because I think he sees a bit of himself in him, and that he could become a greater ranger. And then you see him return in space, which was a magical moment. And then it was it Power Rangers? It was in Operations Overdrive. Once a ranger, always a ranger. I can't remember, etc. And you see him once again in there, and he's just a great character, etc. And you know, I was lucky enough to meet Johnny a few years ago, and he's top guy. Really liked meeting him, etc. So fantastic ranger. In terms of the figure, it's a great figure, and especially if you missed out on Mighty Morphin Black Ranger to begin with, that is definitely a reason to pick this figure up. I guess the only downfall of this is you didn't get the power axe with it. That would be my biggest sort of gripe with that. But anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do, please, I really appreciate you supporting my channel by subscribing. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. Thank you to everybody that is subscribed to my channel. We appreciate you folks a lot. And embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.